Hello, welcome, wealthy people. Why do I call you wealthy? It's because you are wealthy. You have the ability to obtain wealth, and you have all the resources you need to be wealthy. It's all about having someone to partner with you to make sure you have the right mindset and the right ability to allocate your resources to become wealthy. And who's that person? That's me if you hire me as your coach. Hi, I'm Sonya Smith. I am the founder and CEO of Wealth in Motion Consulting. And I'm here today to talk to you about your future, you becoming that wealthy person that you can be. To you, I will be Coach Sonya. I am a South Bend native, and I've been an executive in the healthcare industry, um, in pharmaceuticals, um, specialty pharmacy, and a whole lot of industries where I helped other people become successful. I helped executives earn millions of dollars, manage billions of dollars, and save millions of dollars. So, can I do that for you? Yes, I can. So, my goal is to do that for my clients and also help the community. What is the vision of Wealth in Motion? The Wealth in Motion vision is to empower others like yourself to take control of your future, take control of your finances, increase the amount of knowledge that you have about your finances and about wealth and about all the opportunities there are out there to make money and to have multiple streams of income. There are resources and tools that I can provide for you. And what does that mean for you? That means you will have increased freedom to pursue your passions. You'll be spending less time and working less hours instead of adding more hours to try to reach that dream. Because the more hours you add to your workday, the less hours you have to spend with time with family, friends, take vacations, and enjoy time off. And if we can flip the way that your paradigm is and where you spend your time and how you make your money, then you can enjoy life more. This is one of my favorite quotes. The wealthy teach their children to acquire, the rich teach their children how to sell, and the poor teach their children how to buy. Take a second, reflect on that. That is a powerful statement. If you want to be wealthy, you have to teach yourself and your children how to acquire wealth. How do you learn that? It's not easy. They didn't teach you in school how to do it. I know they didn't teach me in school how to do it. I have a business degree, international business from Butler University, and I have an MBA from Michigan State University. When I left those institutions, they did not teach me how to invest money, how to buy real estate, how to create multiple streams of income. I had to learn that on my own through trial and error, through mentorship, through the right people coming into my life to show me how to do things. And those are the resources and experiences that I am willing to share with you as your wealth management coach. All right, what's the fastest way to generate wealth? A lot of people think it could be from your salary, working harder, adding more hours, getting a second job. No, that's not the fastest way to generate wealth. That's the fastest way to damage your health because being wealthy includes being healthy. Because without your health, you cannot be wealthy. And my colleague's going to talk about that later on in the seminar too, about how to be healthy, because it coincides hand in hand. Well, if you look at the chart here, how is income generated? It is majority of people, their income comes from their salary. Then the next biggest category is real estate through equity in your home, or maybe through the possibility of purchasing multiple real estate houses, homes, and selling them over the years. The next biggest chunk probably comes from investment in a employee sponsored 401k or IRA. And then there's the category of stocks. And lastly, the small percentage is if for people who own their own businesses, it's probably. What if we could take this circle here and shift it where more money is coming from your investment side of this circle instead of from your salary? That's what the wealthy does. And that's what you can do too. Let's talk about how things have changed. What was done in the past, the traditional way of wealth management was you put your money in a 401k, you give it to some company somewhere far away. You don't even talk to somebody about it. Even there might be an advisor that's assigned to you if you have a certain amount of money, and they check with you maybe once or twice a year, and you just let the money sit there. The problem with that is things have changed. If there's no one looking after your money and managing your money, and if you're not asking the right questions, it's like gambling. Eventually, the money you have there will be gone. I had that experience with my first job of 5 years, and I had a 401k that had um, quite a bit of money in it. And what happened was when the market took a dip, the wealthy people knew through listening to the news and looking at the trends of what was happening, they moved their money into CDs and cash and other things that weren't going to take as big of a dip or hit until the dip went away, and then put their money back in once things got low. But people like me that wasn't watching my money just my IRA or 401k just went. And how many years did it take me to recover? A lot of years to recover, a lot. Maybe 10 years to recover after that loss. You don't want to be in my shoes. You don't want to be talking about the same thing. Right now, we're in an economy that is booming and people are making money after the dip last year, March 2020. Everything is going up, but starting in the fall, sometime in the next year and a half, they expect the economy to take a dip again. Where will your money be? Who will be looking at your money? Who will be helping you move things around and safeguarding your money to brace themselves for the dip, or take out the money that profits that you earned and reinvest it in something that's a little more stable and secure? Who will help you do that? Well, hopefully you'll hire me. But if you don't, please find a keep with a licensed professional that you can work with, and you can have someone like me that review those and help you ask the right questions from that licensed professional. That's what the new wealth management looks like. The market is changing quickly. No longer are the cycles a year, 2 years, 3 years. Because of volatility, companies are going in and out of business quickly. Industries are going away, and whole industries are disappearing, are disrupting. Remember how taxis and cabs were making money? And then here came Uber and Lyft and all of these rideshare services. How many times have you taken a taxi? So if you were invested in something where the money was into taxi companies, and you didn't move your money out of there before the disruptive technology or idea came to market, then you lost money. It's the same concept. So there's a change that you have to be aware of and realize that. So many people have asked me, well, what's going on? Let's talk about stocks and cryptocurrency. There's a new surge in retail investors. And one of the challenges is, without a baseline of knowledge, it's like gambling, going to the casino with your money, because it's not an easy thing when something new comes to market. Why are people investing in cryptocurrency and stocks, and everybody's targeting to the market? Now it's easy to invest. They have all these apps where you can invest for free, many apps out there. And social media is driving it, social influence. And there's a lot of millennials who are entering the market. and they want to know about stocks and they want to know about cryptocurrency. So the millennials are also kind of changing the market, even the way things are ran, the old way versus the new way. They're using social media to move stocks up that may not have any value or may not have any um, uh, great returns. It used to be about return on investments and how well the company's performing. But there are some meme stocks out there where the people are driving. It's called pump and dump. They're driving the price up, and then once it goes up, it goes right back down. So if you are a new retail investor, you don't understand what's going on. You put your money in, and if you don't take it out in the right time, your money's gone. Another reason why there's a new surge of retail investors. People have time on their hands. We have been locked down for COVID-19 for so long. Everyone's having time to look around and think about their finances and think about, I've always wanted to learn about stocks. I've always wanted to learn about the stock market. I've never looked at my 401k and IRA to see what it's doing. And then I have more disposable income because I'm not going out to eat. Everything was shut down. I'm not shopping as often. I'm not spending money on vacations. So what do we do with all this disposable income? We start to invest, and that's what's going on in the retail market. But one thing that I can tell you is that in this time and age, when you're thinking about those things, if you have someone to help guide and to ask you to help you ask the right questions and have the right resources and tools where you can learn or direct you the right way, then you can do well in this market. And how can you do well in this new market, in this new age of wealth management? Is you have to have regular monitoring. You have to have a basic level of knowledge. Number one, you have to ask the right questions. You have to know the right questions to ask your financial advisor about where your money is and where it's invested and what it's invested in. How long will it be there? The second thing is you have to know the difference between a person who's working for your interest and not the interest of others. What do I mean by that? Tell me, when's the last time you went to go buy a vehicle and you walk into the sales room and you tell the salesperson, you know, the salesperson works on commission. Can you pick out a car for me? What type of car do you think that salesperson's going to pick out? Well, they're going to pick out a car that probably costs the most, that might have a higher long, financing, if you're getting finances, might have the highest, higher interest rate, whatever will benefit them because they work on commission. Just remember, many of the financial advisors in banks and other institutions, they are designed to figure out products to hold on to your money long term so that the bank can keep customers and that they can make commissions. So would you go to a car dealership and ask the person who works on commission to pick out the car for you and not ask questions about anything? So why would you go and ask a financial advisor to invest your money and choose where to put your money without asking questions? Let's think about that. Well, that's where I come in. As a coach, I will help you ask the right questions and give you the information and resources you need to make sure that whoever you're working with is working on your behalf and making decisions that will help build your wealth, not build their commissions. Does that make sense? Well, the third thing is don't be afraid to change products or companies that are managing your money. I know a lot of times we're loyal, we go with brand names, no matter what it is that we've signed up for, and we just leave our money in there forever. If a person or company is not giving you the service that you need and deserve, then you need to take your money somewhere else, or you need to put it somewhere where they will assign you someone to manage your money and actually talk to you about what's going on. Let's talk more about cryptos and stocks. What should you consider before investing? The first thing is the level of risk. How much risk are you willing to take? How much risk, if you lost the money tomorrow, would you need it for bills? Or are you putting money and you're putting in for the long term for a vacation for 3 years from now? Or you're putting money away, investing money long term for your child's education. So you have to think of what level of risk you want. The second thing is how liquid is the product that you're considering, the stocks and the crypto. How liquid means, can you get your money out tomorrow, transfer it to your bank account? Then will it take 30 days? Will it take 60 days? Is your money locked up for 3 years in the product? So you can't touch your money for 3 years without being penalized or losing some of the money. Those are some of the things that you must consider. And the last thing I think I mentioned before is the time commitment. How long will your money be tied up? And that's all based on your goals and what you have planned. So these are 3 key things to think about before you're investing and deciding what vehicle you're going to invest in. So let's get to what everyone wants to know about. The main question: what is cryptocurrency, right? Well, cryptocurrency is like regular currency, except for it's digital. And what I mean by that is, let's look here at a dollar bill. You see this dollar bill? The dollar bill has a serial number on it. You see the serial number? What does the serial number mean? It means that by that serial number, the central bank records when that money was made, where it goes, and in between which accounts, right? Well, cryptocurrency has a number on it. It's just not a physical currency like the dollar bill here, right? So let's look at your debit card. Your debit card has information on it. Here's an example of a debit card. I'm gonna cover up the number here. And I purposely use an international debit card from another country, not a US one. The debit card shows which branch, which number, what bank it's affiliated. So this is a physical form of currency, but it's electronic. So cryptocurrency is like the next step. We went from the dollar that we can touch to an electronic form of money, right? That's still traceable to your account using an account number, to a digital form with cryptocurrency. So just like the dollar bill can be divided into coins, cryptocurrency can be divided into smaller pieces. So the cryptocurrency can be divided into 100 million pieces. Yes, like cents to a dollar, but that's a million. So cryptocurrency can be divided even at smaller denominations compared to the dollar. So what is a digital wallet? The wallet is like what holds the cryptocurrency, just like your account at a bank holds your money. So the digital wallet holds it, except for there's no physical card where you can get the money in and out. You can make transfers of the cryptocurrency in and out of the wallet. And now they have more like Visa and other companies and banks are starting to take payments using cryptocurrency. So you can transfer to other accounts to pay with cryptocurrency. I remember Tesla. They announced that they were taking cryptocurrency for you to purchase a Tesla car at one point. So what's the difference between the cryptocurrency versus the physical dollar or the debit card. All of these are attached to an account with your name on it so that it's easier to trace where it goes and where it doesn't. With the cryptocurrency, your wallet and the transactions are public record. However, there's is decentralized. So your your individual name and information is not on the transaction, unlike the other. Now remember, one of the other things about having a wallet with the cryptocurrency is that the wallet is held by you. No one else can shut it down like a bank account. No one else can garnish the money. No one else can take it away. The IRS can't come in at this point and take away money out of the account or freeze it or levy it for back taxes or any other issues. You hold your wallet with the cryptocurrency in it. But just remember, the other downside of it is if you lose access or forget your recovery password, then you've lost that money, the cryptocurrency, forever. So you do have the great thing of more control over the money and less decentralized, but you also have the responsibility of remembering your access. There's many people that's happened to. I think there was a gentleman who actually lost the physical wallet or electronic wallet, and it was in a dumpster, and it had millions and millions and millions of dollars worth of cryptocurrency because he was one of the first investors, and he wanted permission to go looking for into that where they take the landfill to find. And he was willing to give so many millions of dollars to the city to let him go into into the landfill to find the digital drive that had the wallet and everything in it for the cryptocurrency, because he had, I think it was crazy, like $130 million. And he's willing to give the city so many million to let him go find it. So the moral of the story is, if you do buy and you have a wallet, make sure you keep your password and everything that you have associated. The other questions, let's see, is cryptocurrency safe from hackers? One thing to keep in mind is that transactions are go for cryptocurrency, instead of being held by central bank, the central bank of the US or the central bank of other countries, they control. It's one place that could be hacked. Well, with cryptocurrency, it's a network of computers all over the world that are handling and processing the transactions. So what happens is the transactions are public, and you can use a blockchain explorer to let you see the transactions. However, one thing to keep in mind is that in order for someone to hack the cryptocurrency, they would have to break in all 50% of all those computers all over the world at the same time in order to hack it, right? So so that whole idea of, is it safe? Yeah. So keep that in mind. One thing that more and more computers are coming on board to handle the transactions, because there's incentives to join. When they join, they receive money. So it makes it even more secure by adding more and more computers to the network all over the world. So there's not one single point of failure. Unlike with the central bank, there's one single point of failure. If the central bank of the United States get hacked, then the whole currency system of the United States is at risk. That is interesting, isn't it? Well, one thing is that digital currency and this is called decentralization. So they're decentralizing, with cryptocurrencies, decentralizing how transactions are ran. It's totally different and it's very creative. And that's why governments and banks really don't like it, because they don't have control over who does what and how they do it. So the question is, you've probably heard about um, what are the different two types of currencies. One are coins, the other are tokens. And so with coins such as Bitcoins and Doggy Coin or Dogecoin, the coins are actually built from the ground up, networks that are built from the ground up with computers. So it's a very long process and it's very complicated, right? So it has to, like, for example, Bitcoin has a network of computers just for Bitcoin. Now, with the other coins, tokens, those are easy to make. They can make tokens in minutes. And there are tens of hundreds of thousands of tokens out there. And so this is when you have to be very careful, because anybody can make a token in minutes, put it on social media, pay for a news article about it, pay for some advertisement, and you go put your money in it, and the token really is fake. It doesn't exist. It's a scam, and the scammers will have your money. So that's why there's only around 12 types of coins, but there's hundreds and hundreds of thousands of tokens, because people are just making them up every day. There's a lot of memes going around with funny memes about new types of coins or tokens or whatever, but the tokens, that is kind of true. People are making up stuff. And there's some people who are falling for it and paying for them. So you have to be careful there. Well, there are also two different types of examples of companies that are holding coins or digital money that's backed with real currency. For example, a company called Circle issues cryptocurrency token called USDC, and that's backed by the dollar. Like the dollar used to be backed by gold, which is not, but the USDC is backed by the dollar. So you could take a dollar and get USDC. You could take USD and turn it back in and get a dollar. So it's backed by real dollars. So you can create and redeem your dollars with the USDC. Another company, which is called Paxos, has PaxG token, and that's what it's called. It's backed by a tri-ounce of gold and it's held in the UK, right? So you can redeem PaxG for US dollar or for gold, and is regulated and approved to be used in the US. So there are cryptocurrencies that are backed by gold, backed by the US dollar, when the US dollar is not even backed by gold anymore. So when you ask the question, well, is it safe for me to have cryptocurrency? Well, not all cryptocurrency is equal. So you have to know which ones, like I talked about, the difference between a coin and a token. And you have to also know what they do. For example, some cryptocurrency are made to create for speed, and they're focused on speed, not security, while other ones focus on security. The older coins, such as Bitcoin, the ones that have been around, Litecoin, have been around, they're more hacker proof because they've been around longer and they've beefed up their security. They've been trying to be hacked every day, so they know. The newer coins may not have as much security. So be aware that when you are investing in something, if you're thinking about investing some of the newer coins. Another question is, should I invest in Bitcoin? That's a good question. A lot of people say, what is it based on? What is the value based on? The value of the dollar is based on our trust that the government will do what it's supposed to do. And we know that the dollar's been issuing more, the government's been issuing more money, which has caused inflation. The dollar's not backed by gold anymore. Most of the currencies around the world are not backed by gold. Here's right here, This is a Qatari Rial. And as you can see, they have a central bank for the Qatari Rial, which is similar to the US. And then on the back, I know it's in Arabic, you'll see a red number that's a serial number. So the system is very similar to the US system. So, but they're not backed by gold anymore. But some of the cryptocurrency is backed by other currencies, backed by gold. So the question you have to ask yourself, should you invest? That's a good question. But some things that you have to consider, the risks that are involved, the volatility of the cryptocurrencies. They go up and down drastically in value. For example, I'll show you in the later slides at some of the information with Bitcoin. But you should, I'm not a financial advisor, licensed financial advisor, but as a coach, I would always tell you to only invest in what you're willing to use, whether it's stocks, cryptocurrencies, whatever you're doing. Don't invest money that you need for your bills. Invest money that you need for your future. So invest out of your excess. That's a good way of putting it. So the question, another question that people ask is, which Bitcoin should I purchase? Which Bitcoin should I purchase? Some has more utility than others. That's a good question. Like for example, Visa is testing Ethereum, and the Europe Central Bank is issuing bonds backed based on Ethereum. So some coins are being used, so you have to do your research. Well, the risk with the cryptocurrency is that it's usually a 4-year cycle of it going up and going down. So you have to give it time. Research has shown that you get the same return on your money by holding it long term as you would get by buying and selling the cryptocurrency, like when it goes up and down. All right. Sorry about that. All right, let's